Bhutan, often called the land of the thunder dragon, is a hidden treasure nestled deep within the towering Himalayas, a place where the boundaries of imagination are often exceeded by the vivid reality that surrounds it. This small, secluded kingdom holds surprises that challenge conventional notions of tradition and modernity alike. In Bhutan, cultural practices that might seem extraordinary elsewhere are woven into the fabric of daily life. For example, women are permitted to sleep with men outside of their marriages, a custom that underscores the country's unique approach to social norms. Despite these unconventional aspects, Bhutan continues to rank among the happiest nations on Earth, a testament to the deep sense of well-being and contentment shared by its people. From the veneration of ancient pagan symbols to awe-inspiring natural landscapes that seem untouched by time, Bhutan offers a window into a world that many would hesitate to imagine. It is a land that invites the curious and the brave to explore its secrets, to touch the mystical and the sacred, and to uncover truths that are as profound as they are surprising. Here, we will share 15 insightful facts that reveal the essence of Bhutan's extraordinary character, starting with the 25th. Number 25. Tobaccos are entirely forbidden in Bhutan. In the year 2004, this tiny Himalayan kingdom made history as the first nation in the world to impose a complete ban on the sale of tobacco products. The government's decision was driven by a desire to promote public health and preserve the purity of the environment. It was not merely a prohibition on selling cigarettes and other tobacco items, it extended to banning smoking altogether in all public spaces, including parks, streets, and recreational areas. This sweeping policy was part of a broader initiative aimed at cultivating a society free from the influence of tobacco, emphasizing health, cleanliness, and a natural lifestyle. Under Bhutanese law, cultivating or possessing tobacco is considered a serious offense, punishable by hefty fines or even imprisonment for up to 3 years. Yet for those who find themselves in genuine need of tobacco, there is a small allowance. Limited importation is permitted once a month, provided the products are declared and taxed accordingly. Tourists, too, are allowed to bring tobacco with them, but at a steep fee paid directly at the border crossing, reflecting the country's firm stance on minimizing tobacco consumption. One might wonder whether such strict legislation is desirable or feasible, but in Bhutan it is viewed as a vital step toward maintaining a clean, healthy environment for all residents. Would you be comfortable living in a society where the government enforces such rigorous health laws? Would you be tempted to visit a place where the collective effort is directed towards safeguarding wellness and ecological integrity? Number 24. Traveling through Bhutan offers a journey unlike any other, steeped in tradition and imbued with a sense of mystic serenity. This reputation as the happiest place on Earth is complemented by a fascinating social structure known as the system of escapes. In Bhutanese society, both men and women are granted the freedom to marry multiple partners, an unconventional practice that is accepted and integrated into everyday life. It is not unusual to see individuals entering into relationships with more than one spouse, and this openness extends to the highest levels of leadership. The current king himself is married to a simple woman, and his father, the former king, had 4 wives, sisters, all of whom received the esteemed title of queen and were honored during elaborate ceremonies. Women in Bhutan also have the liberty to have multiple husbands, and notably, no formal wedding ceremonies are required for such unions. Once married, it is common for men to move into their wives' homes, challenging traditional gender roles seen elsewhere. In the event of separation, men are legally obliged to compensate their wives, ensuring a measure of fairness and respect within these relationships. Such customs might prompt you to wonder whether you would consider entering into such an unconventional marriage. However, it is essential to understand that marrying foreigners or outsiders in Bhutan is far from straightforward. Strict laws safeguard the country's deeply rooted traditions and religious beliefs, making it difficult for outsiders to wed within its borders. If you are contemplating marriage in Bhutan, it is crucial to thoroughly study and understand these complex legal and cultural requirements. Getting to Bhutan itself is no simple matter. This remote country, nestled high in the Himalayas, is renowned for its tranquility and breathtaking natural beauty, which remains largely untouched by modern development. Its isolation is maintained by a single international airport, Paro Airport, located approximately 35 kilometers from the capital city, Thimphu. Despite its modest size, the airport is an architectural marvel, designed to resemble a traditional Bhutanese palace with a single runway serving as the gateway to this mystical land. The journey to Bhutan is an adventure in itself, offering travelers a chance to step into a world where time seems to slow and the natural environment is revered as sacred. Creating the sensation that you have stepped into an entirely different world is an experience like no other. To reach the enchanting land of Bhutan by land, a traveler must traverse through India along 3 primary routes. The first is the Durang Roads, a scenic pathway that winds through lush landscapes. The second is the Bhutan Stopyatisat Dvar Highway, which offers breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and valleys. The third, and perhaps the most frequented, is the Pheng Sholing Gimphu Highway, renowned for its dramatic scenery and accessibility. Despite these options, Bhutan remains a destination that is not easily accessible, maintaining an aura of exclusivity and preserving its pristine environment. Each year, the country limits the number of tourists allowed to visit, a deliberate effort to safeguard its unique cultural identity and untouched natural beauty from the impacts of mass tourism. Gaining entry is not as simple as applying for a visa independently. Instead, visitors must arrange their journey through an authorized local travel company. These specialized agencies handle the application process for visas, organize guided tours, and accompany travelers throughout their stay, ensuring that the country's regulations and cultural sensitivities are respected. Without engaging with such an officially sanctioned tour operator, it is virtually impossible to obtain the necessary permissions to enter Bhutan. Moreover, each tourist is required to pay a minimum fee of $200 per person, a fee that helps support the country's efforts to maintain its environment and cultural integrity. After familiarizing yourself with these strict entry rules, one might wonder whether the allure of such an extraordinary destination still appeals. And if you have already ventured there, your impressions and experiences could offer valuable insights. Number 22. Any kind of salt and pepper. In Bhutan, chili peppers are not merely a spice used to enhance flavor. They are an integral part of everyday life and cuisine. In nearly every household, you will see strings of dried chili peppers hung up for storage, often lasting the entire year. While in many countries, chili is regarded as a simple seasoning or condiment, in Bhutan, it takes on the role of a main vegetable. No dish, be it fried rice, hearty soups, stews, or even salads, seems complete without the fiery kick of chili. The reason for this culinary obsession is quite understandable. The humid climate of the Himalayan region compels residents to seek out ingredients that bolster their survival against the elements. Chili peppers, with their intense burning taste, have become an ideal solution, providing warmth and vitality. In fact, chili is the most consumed vegetable in Bhutan, surpassing even staple foods like rice or vegetables. This tradition illustrates the deep affection and genuine love that Bhutanese people have for chili, which has become a cornerstone of their culinary culture and identity. Number 21. The only country in the world without traffic lights. One of the most astonishing facts about Bhutan is that this peaceful nation has no traffic lights at all. Instead of the usual red and green signals that control traffic flow in most countries, the streets of Bhutan are managed by police officers who stand directly in the middle of intersections, actively directing vehicles and pedestrians. Thimphu, the capital and largest city, once attempted to install traffic lights for the first and only time in history. However, after just 24 hours of operation, the lights were removed. The residents felt that the lights disrupted the natural flow of life and preferred the traditional method of order through human oversight. They believed that the presence of police officers at crossings fosters a sense of community and direct communication, aligning with their cultural values. Many Bhutanese feel that the absence of traffic lights allows for a more harmonious and organic rhythm of daily life. It's a system rooted in the belief that personal interaction and live guidance are preferable to automated signals. Such an approach may seem unusual to outsiders, but it raises interesting questions. What if your country chose to replace traffic lights with live human presence? How would that change the way traffic is managed and how people relate to each other on the roads? Reflect on this idea and consider how a nation that prioritizes personal contact over technological convenience might shape its societal interactions. Number 20. It is forbidden to cut down trees and fish in Bhutan. The country places immense importance on the preservation of its natural environment, viewing it as a vital part of its national identity. One of the fundamental laws in Bhutan stipulates that at least 60% of its land must remain covered with forests at all times. This is not merely a conservation goal, but a cultural principle deeply embedded in the national consciousness. The government strictly enforces regulations against deforestation and overfishing, recognizing that the country's ecological health depends on maintaining its extensive forests and aquatic ecosystems. These laws reflect Bhutan's commitment to sustainability and ecological balance, ensuring that future generations can enjoy the same natural beauty and biodiversity that define this mountain kingdom today. Such policies exemplify Bhutan's philosophy of gross national happiness, where environmental preservation is considered just as vital as economic development and cultural preservation. This means that anyone who takes it upon themselves to fell a tree without prior official authorization could face hefty fines or even imprisonment. The government of Bhutan has implemented strict regulations to prevent uncontrolled logging, recognizing the vital importance of preserving the country's lush forests. Not only does it prohibit reckless deforestation, but it actively encourages local residents to participate in reforestation efforts by planting trees for construction purposes and fuel in rural regions. In these rural communities, land is allocated specifically for individuals to cultivate forests, fostering a sustainable relationship between people and nature. Conversely, in urban areas where building housing is essential, timber can only be legally obtained from authorized sawmills and only with the proper permits. This tight regulation ensures that the country's precious forests are protected from illegal exploitation. Today, approximately 72% of Bhutan's landmass is covered by forests, a remarkable statistic that places the nation among a handful of countries worldwide whose natural landscapes remain so extensively preserved. This extensive greenery stands as a testament to Bhutan's unwavering commitment to environmental conservation. Beyond deforestation, the country enforces rigorous bans on hunting and fishing, with penalties that are equally severe and uncompromising. The Bhutanese authorities take these restrictions very seriously, understanding that wildlife and aquatic ecosystems are integral to the nation's ecological balance. During sacred months and specific days marked on the Bhutanese calendar, the sale of meat and fish is completely forbidden. These periods are observed with reverence, emphasizing spiritual and cultural values that prioritize harmony with nature. Despite these regulations, illegal activities, such as secret fishing, still persist, but the law remains unforgiving toward any violations, regardless of how discreet they may be. The government's resolve to uphold these protections underscores its dedication to maintaining the country's pristine environment. Now, before we proceed to explore another unique aspect of Bhutan's exceptional laws, take a moment to pause. Spend 5 minutes to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Your support fuels our enthusiasm and motivates us to continue sharing fascinating insights. With that said, let us continue our exploration. Number 19. Tuesday is designated as a day without alcohol. In Bhutan, there is a special weekly tradition where people are expected to refrain from indulging in their favorite pastime of drinking. Every Tuesday is officially recognized as an alcohol-free day, a practice that has become an integral part of the country's cultural fabric. This day is marked by a complete ban on the sale of alcoholic beverages, a regulation that exists despite the fact that Bhutanese people have a deep love for alcohol. On average, each adult in Bhutan consumes about 8.47 liters of alcohol annually, a figure that surpasses the global average of approximately 6.2 liters. The country boasts more than 5,400 bars, most of which are concentrated in the capital city, Thimphu. In these establishments, people enjoy a variety of drinks, ranging from beer and red wine to more potent spirits and light liqueurs, reflecting their fondness for social drinking. Yet, every Tuesday, all bars are required to cease alcohol sales entirely for the entire day. This raises an intriguing question. Why does Bhutan impose such a strict ban on alcohol in a nation where drinking is so deeply ingrained in social life? The answer likely lies in the country's underlying cultural principles, values of simplicity, peace, and mindfulness. The government's decision to enforce this weekly abstinence may serve as a reminder of moderation and self-control, encouraging a balanced and harmonious way of living. It exemplifies how Bhutanese society prioritizes spiritual well-being and community harmony over indulgence, even in a context where alcohol is so widely enjoyed. Number 18. Bhutan is renowned as the happiest country in the world. Nestled in the heart of South Asia, bordered by India to the south and China to the north, Bhutan may be modest in economic terms, facing challenges of poverty and illiteracy, but it excels in the well-being and happiness of its people. Despite its limited economic resources, Bhutanese citizens are often regarded as some of the most contented and joyful individuals on the planet. This small, landlocked kingdom is hidden among the towering peaks of the Himalayas, celebrated for its breathtaking natural beauty and rich cultural traditions. The air is pure and invigorating, the landscapes are pristine and untouched, and the cultural identity remains vibrant and deeply rooted in centuries-old customs. Recent surveys and studies reveal that the primary sources of happiness among Bhutanese people are their awe-inspiring natural scenery, a profound sense of national pride, and a strong community spirit that binds everyone together. Most of the population adheres to Buddhism, which emphasizes compassion, mindfulness, and spiritual harmony. The Bhutanese way of life is characterized by a focus on karma, an understanding that actions have consequences, and a worldview that accepts suffering as part of life, fostering resilience and altruism. The people live with a sincere desire to contribute positively to society, which in turn cultivates a peaceful and harmonious nation. This collective ethos of selflessness and spiritual fulfillment is what makes Bhutan a truly unique and remarkably happy country. Despite what might come as a surprise to many, is the remarkable absence of crime and discrimination based on social class within this nation. The society here is characterized by an extraordinary level of friendliness and warmth, creating an environment where even the most prominent figures, such as the prince, can freely mingle with children and play football alongside them without any barriers or formalities to hinder such interactions. This openness fosters a sense of unity and harmony among the people, contributing to a society that radiates joy and contentment. Such a peaceful and cohesive community naturally draws the curiosity and admiration of travelers from all corners of the globe, eager to witness firsthand this extraordinary way of life, an existence rooted in mutual respect, kindness, and genuine human connection. Turning our gaze to the natural landscape, one cannot help but marvel at Bhutan's rich and diverse flora and fauna. This small Himalayan kingdom is often regarded as a veritable paradise for wildlife enthusiasts, thanks to its well-preserved ecosystems that remain largely unspoiled by modern development. The country boasts a pristine environment where the original Himalayan habitat continues to thrive, providing sanctuary for a remarkable array of rare and exotic species. Among its inhabitants are majestic Bengal tigers, elusive leopards, and various bears that roam the mountainous forests. Mountain goats and deer with strikingly sharp antlers also inhabit these regions, adding to the tapestry of wildlife that makes Bhutan uniquely special. However, visitors should temper their excitement. As encounters with these creatures are rare, they tend to be elusive and cautious, wary of human presence. The country's strict laws against hunting wild animals reflect a profound respect for nature. Killing a black-necked crane, for instance, is considered a grave offense, punishable by imprisonment for life. Such stringent protections help maintain the delicate balance of Bhutan's ecosystems, making it an ideal destination for those seeking to immerse themselves in unspoiled nature. Surrounded by towering, majestic mountains, Bhutan exudes a sense of serenity and harmony where natural beauty and peace intertwine seamlessly. The country is home to over 165 species of mammals, 12 species of birds, and countless varieties of plants, along with a significant number of archaea and 50 species of dendrons, a genus of flowering plants. This ecological treasure trove offers an unparalleled opportunity for nature lovers to observe rare creatures during long hikes, mountain climbs, or traditional festivals that celebrate their vibrant culture and heritage. Visiting Bhutan is not merely a sightseeing journey, it becomes an odyssey into another realm, where humans and nature coexist in perfect unity, each respecting and nourishing the other. In stark contrast to many other nations grappling with the realities of homelessness, Bhutan presents a different picture altogether. Homelessness, a pervasive issue worldwide, afflicting even highly developed countries such as the United States, Japan, and Germany, is virtually absent here. It is uncommon to see individuals sleeping rough on the streets or wandering aimlessly without shelter. When a Bhutanese person loses their home, they can seek direct assistance from the highest authority, the king himself, and often receive support in the form of a plot of land upon which they can rebuild their lives. This compassionate and proactive approach underscores the country's commitment to social welfare. Moreover, the Bhutanese government guarantees free healthcare and education to all its citizens, dedicating nearly 18% of the national budget to these essential services. This comprehensive support system ensures that every individual, regardless of their financial situation, has access to the basic necessities of life, medical treatment and education, thus fostering a sense of security and dignity among the population. Interestingly, Bhutan has long maintained a cautious stance toward modern technology. Until the late 20th century, the country remained largely untouched by the rapid influx of television and internet services that transformed much of the world. It was only in 1999 that these modern communications were officially introduced, making Bhutan the last nation on Earth to adopt television. This decision was not made lightly. The Bhutanese people and leaders believed that unrestricted access to screens and the internet could disrupt the social fabric, spreading stories of crime, violence, and rivalry that might increase stress and diminish the quality of life. They considered the potential negative impacts, such as increased anxiety and social discord, that could stem from exposure to such content. As a result, the country chose to retain a slower, more thoughtful approach to technological progress, emphasizing simplicity and mental peace. This dedication to maintaining a balanced, unhurried way of life reflects Bhutan's core philosophy, valuing spiritual well-being and social harmony over rapid modernization. In Bhutan, people are free from the burdens of worrying about what lies beyond their control, and they do not suffer feelings of deprivation simply because they lack the latest gadgets or luxury possessions. Their sense of happiness is rooted in a different understanding, a recognition that true contentment comes not from having an abundance of material things, but from possessing enough to live peacefully and harmoniously. Living in a society where everything is arranged in its proper place, where order and balance prevail, allows its inhabitants to experience a profound sense of comfort and tranquility. This peaceful existence is a reflection of their values and way of life, emphasizing inner serenity over outward wealth. If you're curious about how to enjoy a seamless experience with internet and mobile communication services while in Bhutan, simply write the number 3 in the comments and I will share straightforward, practical tips on how to do so. Moving on to a remarkable historical fact, Bhutan is a nation that has never been conquered by outside forces. Despite its small size and the formidable presence of neighboring giants like India and China, this tiny kingdom has managed to maintain its independence through centuries of turmoil and change. Surrounded by powerful nations, it would have been easy for Bhutan to vanish from the pages of history, yet it defied the odds and preserved its sovereignty. Even during the era of colonialism, a time when many nations around the world fell under foreign dominion, Bhutan stood firm in defending its independence. Unlike many other countries that celebrate their liberation from colonial rule, Bhutan marks December 17, 1907 as a special occasion. This was the day when Odin Wangchuck ascended the throne and became the first king of Bhutan. This date signifies the beginning of a new chapter, an era of sustained independence and national pride. Today, this day remains a national holiday, a reminder to the Bhutanese people of their resilience, strength, and unwavering perseverance. Just imagining the pride that fills the hearts of Bhutanese citizens when they reflect on their history and realize that their homeland has never been conquered fills one with admiration. Their country's history is a testament to resilience and sovereignty. Let us continue exploring the fascinating history of Bhutan by uncovering more remarkable facts. Number 13 reveals an extraordinary aspect of Bhutanese life. There are no slaughterhouses within the country. Despite the fact that the people of Bhutan do consume meat, the country's unique tradition is that no slaughterhouses exist on its territory. All meat consumed here is imported from neighboring countries such as India and Nepal. The reason behind this practice is deeply rooted in Bhutan's cultural and religious identity. As a predominantly Buddhist nation where nearly 40% of the population adheres to vegetarian principles, killing animals is considered morally unacceptable. The strict laws prohibit the slaughter of animals except in cases of natural death, and even livestock owners are forbidden from slaughtering their animals themselves. This means that the act of killing animals for meat is illegal and socially condemned. Additionally, during certain months and significant religious or cultural holidays, the sale of meat is entirely suspended, further reinforcing the country's commitment to compassion and respect for animal life. These customs reflect Bhutan's profound dedication to promoting happiness and harmony, not only among its people, but also in their relationship with animals, emphasizing the importance of preserving cultural values rooted in kindness and non-violence. Number 12 offers another fascinating glimpse into Bhutanese society. In Thimphu, the capital city, there are more stray dogs than there are automobiles. It's common to encounter these dogs wandering freely through the narrow streets, relaxing in alleys, sitting peacefully in town squares, or even lounging in busy market areas. The strong Buddhist traditions that permeate Bhutanese culture influence how the community treats these animals. Instead of shooing them away or showing hostility, the locals demonstrate genuine care and compassion. Many residents leave leftovers for stray dogs when they leave their homes as acts of kindness that reflect their deep sense of empathy. As a result, these stray dogs are often remarkably healthy and well cared for, and many are considered among the happiest stray dogs in the world. This harmonious relationship between humans and animals forms a distinctive and compassionate aspect of Bhutanese culture, one that emphasizes respect, kindness, and a profound understanding of interconnectedness. It is a beautiful illustration of how cultural values shape everyday life, fostering a society where animals are cherished and protected, even in their stray state. Before revealing the secret that helps Bhutanese couples overcome infertility and discover happiness within their families, I hope you will consider supporting this channel by liking and subscribing. Your support enables us to continue producing more engaging and insightful content, sharing stories and traditions from around the world. Number 9 on our list takes us back in time to a period when Bhutan remained entirely isolated from the rest of the world, a remote kingdom cut off from global contact. For many years until the year 1974, Bhutan was a closed nation, completely inaccessible to outsiders. Its borders were tightly sealed, and foreigners found it nearly impossible to enter. However, that year marked a turning point, as the Bhutanese government made the deliberate decision to open their doors to international visitors, primarily to encourage tourism. This shift was driven by a desire to bolster the country's modest economy and, equally important, to share the breathtaking beauty and distinctive cultural heritage of Bhutan with the wider world. Initially, the number of visitors was very limited. In 1974, only 274 people were granted permission to explore Bhutan's sacred landscapes and vibrant traditions. Although this may seem like a tiny number, it represented the beginning of a new chapter of cultural exchange and mutual understanding. Over time, tourism gradually expanded, and by the year 2019, the country welcomed more than 300,000 tourists annually. Despite this increase, Bhutan has remained committed to safeguarding its natural environment and cultural integrity. The government recognizes that uncontrolled tourism could pose serious threats, potentially damaging the pristine landscape, diminishing the spiritual essence of the culture, and disrupting local life. To address these concerns, Bhutan introduced a high-value, low-impact tourism policy in 2023. The main aim of this approach is to ensure that every visit is beneficial both for travelers and for the country itself. While tourists are encouraged to enjoy the country's beauty and traditions, they are also encouraged to do so responsibly, with respect for nature and local communities. Under this policy, for every dollar spent by a tourist, a portion is directly allocated to the GNH program, Gross National Happiness, an innovative metric that measures a nation's well-being. This program assesses various aspects such as happiness, health, education, environmental health, and overall quality of life. The GNH system is far more comprehensive than traditional economic indicators. It takes into account not just material wealth but also cultural preservation, good governance, knowledge, spiritual values, work-life balance, and harmony with nature. This holistic approach to measuring progress was championed by King Jigmesingi Wangchuck, who in 1972 emphasized that for Bhutan, the true measure of a nation's success is not merely its gross domestic product, but the happiness of its people. His famous declaration affirms that the well-being and contentment of citizens are more vital than purely economic growth. Visitors to Bhutan will notice an intriguing aspect of the country's streets. Billboards are almost non-existent. Instead, travelers are greeted with inspiring inscriptions that convey the country's philosophy. Phrases like, "Life is a journey," "Keep moving forward," or "Let nature be your guide" are displayed prominently, encouraging both locals and visitors to reflect on life's deeper meanings. The principles of happiness, peace, and harmony are woven into everyday life and are intended to resonate with those who come here. Bhutanese authorities hope that visitors will not only enjoy the scenic landscapes and rich traditions, but also leave feeling a sense of inner peace and joy. Thanks to this guiding philosophy, Bhutan continues to prioritize environmental conservation, the preservation of its unique cultural heritage, and the ongoing enhancement of its citizens' quality of life. It is this unwavering commitment to holistic well-being that makes Bhutan a truly extraordinary and enchanting country, a place where tradition and modern values coexist harmoniously. Number 11 on our list introduces us to one of Bhutan's most revered sacred sites, the famous Fertility Temple. Known locally as Chimilakang, or affectionately called the Fertility Temple, this spiritual sanctuary holds a special place in the hearts of many. It is regarded as one of Bhutan's most important and venerated religious sites, attracting thousands of couples each year who are facing difficulties in conceiving. These hopeful visitors come seeking divine blessings and assistance in overcoming their struggles with infertility, hoping that the temple's sacred energy will bring them success and happiness in family life. Visitors to this temple participate in a unique ritual, part spiritual ceremony, part personal prayer, in hopes of receiving blessings that may aid their fertility journeys. The temple's origins are tied to a revered holy figure, a founder whose teachings and life story continue to inspire devotion. He is remembered not only for his spiritual insights, but also for his unconventional views on love, respect for human dignity, and the importance of individual freedom. His compassionate perspective has made the temple a powerful symbol of love, hope, and fertility for the people of Bhutan and beyond. Over the years, Chimilakang has become much more than just a religious site. It has evolved into a locals hold a deep-rooted belief that undertaking a pilgrimage to Chimilakang can bring profound health benefits to women, particularly enhancing their ability to conceive and give birth. This sacred site is revered not solely for its spiritual significance, but also for the vital role it plays as a cultural landmark and a vibrant symbol of human harmony with nature. Beyond the spiritual rituals, the temple stands as a captivating destination that invites travelers to immerse themselves in the rich tapestry of Bhutanese culture. Wandering through lush, verdant rice paddies and gradually ascending a gentle hill toward the temple, visitors often find themselves transported to a simpler, more welcoming version of Bhutan, one that seems untouched by the rapid pace of modern life. Here, the connection between humans and the natural environment is palpable and deeply felt. Everything around appears more luminous, more vibrant, and imbued with a sense of authenticity that is increasingly rare in the modern world. The landscape, the air, the very essence of this place seem to breathe with life, offering a glimpse into a harmonious coexistence that many travelers find profoundly moving. Would you like to experience this miracle firsthand? To walk the path through the green fields and feel the serenity that emanates from this sacred space? Moving to a different aspect of Bhutan's identity, it is notable that the country remains one of the few nations worldwide lacking a railway system. The absence of railways is primarily due to the challenging Himalayan terrain and the geographical isolation that characterizes the country's landscape. Constructing railway lines here would demand monumental engineering feats and incur enormous costs, rendering such projects impractical and financially unfeasible. As a result, the primary means of transportation within Bhutan continues to be automobiles traveling along the existing network of roads. Despite this, the lack of rail infrastructure has not hindered the country's progress towards sustainable development. On the contrary, this situation has played a part in preserving Bhutan's pristine environment, limiting large-scale construction, safeguarding extensive forests, maintaining clean air, and protecting untouched landscapes from urban sprawl. The government remains committed to maintaining and improving the road system, ensuring that residents and visitors alike enjoy safe, reliable, and convenient travel options. In fact, the absence of railways can be viewed as a reflection of Bhutan's unique approach to development, one that prioritizes the well-being and happiness of its people over purely economic measures. The country's guiding philosophy emphasizes gross national happiness and a high quality of life, rather than rapid industrialization or urban expansion. Turning to environmental initiatives, Bhutan made a groundbreaking move in 2999 by imposing a nationwide ban on plastic bags. This bold step was a pioneering effort to combat pollution and protect the country's natural beauty. Initially, the ban faced obstacles as citizens struggled to find suitable alternatives, and the convenience of plastic bags was deeply ingrained in daily life. The government, however, persisted in its efforts, reintroducing the ban in 2005 and again in 2009. Despite initial limited success, the country's resolve remained unwavering. By 2018, the law was reinforced with stricter regulations, emphasizing the use of environmentally friendly substitutes such as fabric bags, woven baskets, and handcrafted containers. This perseverance transformed Bhutan into a trailblazer in the fight against plastic pollution, demonstrating that even a small nation can make a significant impact by taking decisive, sustained action. Bhutan's journey serves as a shining example of how determined leadership and community commitment can foster environmental stewardship. It prompts the question of what lessons the rest of the world might learn from Bhutan's unwavering resolve to protect its natural heritage. It also invites personal reflection. How do you manage plastic waste in your everyday life? What steps can you take to reduce your environmental footprint? Sharing your thoughts below might inspire others to follow suit. Further illustrating Bhutan's rich cultural heritage is the traditional sport of archery, which holds a special place in the hearts of its people. In Bhutan, archery is more than just a game. It is an essential element of national identity, rivaling even the admiration for the king himself. This sport is woven into the fabric of daily life and community celebrations, serving as a vibrant expression of cultural pride. Every season across the country, from the small mountain villages nestled among rugged peaks to the bustling capital city of Thimphu, archery competitions draw enthusiastic crowds. These events are lively, spirited gatherings filled with laughter, camaraderie, and friendly rivalry, often accompanied by traditional music, dance, and local delicacies. The passion for archery in Bhutan reflects the deep-seated values of tradition, unity, and resilience, making it a cherished aspect of Bhutanese culture that continues to thrive across generations. At the renowned Changli Methan Stadium, a venue celebrated for hosting some of the most significant tournaments in Bhutan, the tradition of the sport takes on a unique cultural dimension. Here, archers are required to don traditional Bhutanese attire, a vivid display of national pride and cultural heritage. These costumes, often intricate and richly embroidered, serve as a visual reminder of the country's deep-rooted traditions and history. Yet beyond the visual spectacle, the act of archery in this setting is far from a swift, straightforward contest. It is, in essence, a profound mental duel that tests patience, focus, and composure. In this arena, two teams engage in a competitive dance of precision and strategy, each aiming at carefully chosen targets set at varying distances. The atmosphere is electric, filled with loud shouts and calls that serve as both encouragement and deliberate attempts to distract the opposing team. The competitive spirit here is complemented by a lively, almost festive energy that infuses every match. When an archer successfully strikes the target, the response is not a mere nod or quiet acknowledgement, but a vibrant celebration. The air erupts with songs, traditional dances, and joyful exclamations that seem to evoke memories of ancient warrior ceremonies where victory was marked by communal jubilation and spirited festivities. What makes Bhutanese archery truly extraordinary is the dedication of participants, many of whom journey from remote mountainous regions, often walking for 2 days along rugged mountain trails just to take part in these competitions. Such devotion transforms each contest into a communal event that transcends sport, becoming a lively festival that unites entire villages. During these gatherings, the community comes together. Food is prepared in abundance, meals are shared among neighbors, and an atmosphere of camaraderie, joy, and collective pride prevails. For visitors fortunate enough to witness these events, the experience becomes unforgettable, offering a glimpse into the heart of Bhutanese culture. If one finds themselves in the land of the Thunder Dragon, it is highly recommended to seize the opportunity to try archery firsthand. The local guides and instructors are eager to help newcomers learn everything from the simplest shooting techniques to more advanced skills, all within an environment charged with happiness, pride, and vibrant energy. Turning to matters of national symbolism and love, the story of Bhutan's royal couple stands out as a radiant example of romance and devotion. King Jigme Singye Wangchuck, the beloved monarch of Bhutan, married Queen Jatsun Pema, a young woman who at only 21 years of age became the world's youngest queen. Their union quickly grew to symbolize not only personal love, but also national ideals of fidelity and enduring commitment. It became a source of immense pride for the Bhutanese people, inspiring admiration and a sense of unity across the nation. What makes their story even more remarkable is the king's public declaration, despite Bhutanese law permitting polygamy, that he would remain exclusively faithful to Queen Jatsun Pema. His steadfast vow to one woman, his lifelong partner, was widely praised and viewed as a noble choice, uncommon among monarchs throughout history, many of whom have had multiple spouses. Their love story resembles a fairy tale, beginning in the most innocent of moments. It is said that when Jatsun Pema was only 7 years old, she first met the future king, then a 17-year-old prince. From the very first encounter, she was captivated by his presence. Without hesitation, the young girl boldly approached him, embraced him warmly, and confidently declared that one day she would marry him. This pure, magical gesture has touched many hearts, illustrating that sometimes love can blossom unexpectedly, even in childhood, with innocence and sincerity guiding the way. Such stories remind us that love, in its most genuine form, can emerge from the most unlikely circumstances, filling us with hope and believing in the power of destiny. Has this royal tale altered your perspective on love? Does it inspire you to believe in the enduring strength of devotion and innocence? If this story resonates with you, consider sharing your thoughts or impressions, as stories like these remind us of the timeless nature of love's power. Moving on to the everyday life of the Bhutanese people, it is common to see traditional clothing worn not only during special occasions, but also in daily routines. Imagine strolling through the vibrant streets of Bhutan, where the cultural fabric is woven into the very attire of its inhabitants. Men often wear the go, a traditional garment that resembles a long, flowing robe, or a similar style known as the dokolen. These garments, which date back to the 17th century, are both elegant and practical, embodying a deep cultural significance. The design is typically loose-fitting, allowing for comfort and ease of movement, which is essential in a country with diverse terrains and climates. One notable feature of the male attire is the large front pocket, which serves multiple purposes. Not only does it elegantly conceal the stomach area, but it also functions as a handy compartment for small personal items such as a mobile phone, keys, or even a small child. This tradition extends beyond just the adult population. School children across the entire country wear their traditional attire daily, creating a vibrant tapestry of colors and patterns that serve as a vivid expression of their national pride. These garments are not merely clothing, but are imbued with cultural significance and deep-rooted symbolism. Even during outdoor excursions, such as mountain hikes, guides carefully adjust and loosen the upper part of their traditional dress, often tying handkerchiefs around their heads or necks to stay comfortable in the heat. For the Bhutanese, these traditional clothes are far from simple outfits. They are an integral part of their identity and daily life. Wearing them is seen not only as a duty to uphold customs, but also as a profound source of pride that connects them to their heritage and history. Bhutan is renowned for its rich tapestry of unique festivals, each imbued with spiritual significance and cultural depth. If you have ever enjoyed experiencing the colorful celebrations of Bhutan, remember to appreciate the vibrancy and meaning behind each event. One of the most dazzling and lively festivals is the Lezar Festival, which coincides with New Year's celebrations, marked by exuberant festivities that fill the air with joy and excitement. During this time, people don their brightest traditional garments, filling streets and plazas with a kaleidoscope of colors. The celebrations feature lively performances including energetic dances, melodious singing, and dramatic reenactments of legendary battles between good and evil. These rituals are not merely entertainment, they are considered vital expressions of Bhutanese spirituality, embodying the community's hopes, prayers, and reverence for divine forces. Another significant celebration is the Kechu Festival, famous for its elaborate charm dance performed exclusively by men. This sacred dance is more than a spectacle. It is a reflection of moral values and life stories passed down through generations. Participants wear intricate masks and costumes, moving with solemnity and grace as they enact tales that embody lessons of virtue, morality, and spiritual enlightenment. For the Bhutanese, this dance is also regarded as a form of meditation, a spiritual practice that fosters inner reflection and connection with the divine. Then there is the mysterious and captivating Jampalak Handrup Festival, which begins precisely at midnight. This ritual features male dancers masked and veiled, performing to the rhythmic beat of traditional drums. The performers' solemn gestures and the haunting music create an atmosphere charged with spiritual significance. The villagers believe that these ceremonies have the power to ward off evil spirits and negative energies, making it one of the most anticipated and revered holidays in Bhutan. If you ever find yourself fortunate enough to visit Bhutan during these festivals, do not miss the opportunity. Participating in or simply witnessing these events will immerse you in a world of vivid colors, profound spirituality, and unforgettable cultural experiences that linger in memory long after they have ended. Moving from festivals to national symbols, it is important to note that the Bhutanese flag is raised only during daylight hours. The custom is that the flag is hoisted in the morning and carefully lowered at sunset, ensuring it is always displayed with dignity, respect, and reverence. The flag itself features a striking white dragon clutching 4 precious jewels in its claws, a powerful emblem rich in symbolism. The dragon represents the strength, purity, and protection of the nation, while the jewels symbolize wealth, prosperity, and spiritual wealth. This imagery underscores the Bhutanese people's deep respect for their national symbols and their commitment to safeguarding their cultural identity. The act of raising and lowering the flag at precise times is not merely a routine, it is a solemn ritual that embodies national pride and reverence. Observing these strict protocols reinforces a collective sense of unity and belonging, binding the society through shared traditions and a profound respect for their heritage. Lastly, it is impossible to visit Bhutan without encountering the intriguing and often startling presence of phallic symbols scattered throughout the landscape. These images, found everywhere from wall paintings to intricately carved wooden figures hanging between houses, may initially seem unusual or even provocative. One of the most common motifs is the depiction of phalas, carved representations of male genitalia, used as decorations and talismans. While they may appear strange to outsiders, for the Bhutanese these symbols carry a much deeper meaning. They are believed to possess protective powers, acting as wards against malevolent spirits and evil influences. These symbols are thought to safeguard families and communities, ensuring health, prosperity, and spiritual well-being. Their presence reflects a blend of cultural beliefs rooted in ancient traditions, where symbols of fertility also serve as powerful amulets against harm, embodying a unique aspect of Bhutanese spiritual and cultural life. Although these images might appear unusual or even perplexing to those unfamiliar with Bhutanese culture, within the borders of this small Himalayan kingdom, they hold profound symbolic significance. They are believed to embody good fortune, foster peace, and serve as protective talismans against negativity. Such traditions, deeply rooted in the country's spiritual and cultural fabric, reflect a worldview where symbolism and ritual play vital roles in everyday life. What are your thoughts on this tradition? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below, as your perspective adds richness to our understanding. However, perhaps your insights might not be the most captivating part of this discussion. Together, we have explored 25 fascinating facts about wrapping techniques from around the world, each one offering a glimpse into how different cultures approach a simple act with unique meaning and artistry. Among all these facts, which one resonated with you the most? For me, what stands out are the strict measures Bhutan takes to protect its natural environment. It is precisely these policies and a deep respect for nature that help make this small kingdom in the Himalayas one of the happiest nations on Earth. Their commitment to environmental preservation is not just a policy, but a way of life, demonstrating how a country's values and priorities can shape the well-being and happiness of its people. I sincerely hope you enjoyed today's journey through these intriguing cultural insights. If you did, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, ensuring you won't miss out on any future videos filled with fascinating stories and facts. Your support is invaluable, enabling us to continue creating engaging and educational content for curious minds like yours. Be sure to watch the videos that will appear on the screen next. I am confident you will find them equally interesting. And don't forget to leave a comment telling us which country or culture you would like us to explore in our upcoming videos. Your suggestions help shape the content and bring new worlds to life for all of us. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.